Hey guys, how's it going? We're starting off with a little bit of work here in the studio today because it's pretty crummy outside. Very windy out this morning. I'm hoping by the time we're done in here, maybe it won't be as windy and we can get a little bit of planting done. It rained most of the night, which is awesome, but we've got some dahlias to work through still. Look at all of these. And I've already made it through about half of them, which have been packed up. They're already back in the root cellar, but they've all been organized based on variety. Look at this tray. Colorado Classic, we have a ton of. And then some varieties we don't have a lot of at all, like Chickadee. We've got 2. So the goal for today is just to basically go through these trays one more time. We're gonna make a count for our inventory so we know how many we've got. I'm gonna pull a certain amount for our dahlia patch, and then I will know how many we have to give away because there's several people I'm gonna be giving dahlias to based on how many I have left. I didn't really promise anything to anybody. I just said, I think I'm gonna have extra dahlias. I'll send you a box if I do. So we'll see how that goes. I know some varieties like Chickadee, I'll probably want to save those too, plant them out in our own patch so I won't have any of those to give away. But I went through Cafe au Lait, for example, yesterday. I held back 10 tubers and I have 40 to give away. So some varieties I've got a ton of and some I don't have as many of. So really there's not a whole lot to this process. I don't even know like how interesting this is gonna be, other than I do wanna show you our dahlia inventory because we've got close to 80 varieties now. And you know, a lot of dahlias look very similar. So there are 3 or 4 varieties that I'm retiring that I'm just gonna give away and let them go somewhere else because they either match something that I already have, or maybe it's a variety that didn't quite do it for me. I didn't love the color or whatever. So every year, if I've got a really nice inventory, I can know exactly where I have any gaps, or if I see something that really interests me, maybe I can retire another variety that doesn't interest me as much so I can add the new one in, because I don't intend on expanding our dahlia patch. We have room for roughly 400 dahlias out there, and that's really all I want to plant. And next year we are not digging dahlias. We're gonna leave them in the ground. We're gonna mulch them. We're gonna try that out because, oh, it's so much work. Here is the inventory. I should probably do a screen recording. It'd be a little bit more clear to see, but I think it's visible enough here. I did this in Google Sheets, super simple. The furthest column here on the left are variety names, and I did group them together loosely based on color. So this first grouping are pink tones. If we scroll down, we've got orange tones, whites, purple, red, yellows, and then we end up with creams, which I should probably just move into the white category. Second column are pictures, super handy. It took me a little while to pop those in there, but absolutely worth it. Because unless it's a super popular variety like Cafe au Lait, everybody knows what that looks like, I wouldn't have any idea on some of these. Like Gets Perfection, there's nothing about that name that indicates that it looks like this. So when you go to order new ones, or you're just going through your tubers and wondering if you want to keep that variety or not based on what it looks, you can easily see it in here. Third column are the type. So whether it's a ball or a water lily or dinner plate, that sort of thing. I think I got that in on most all of them. And then bloom size and plant height. Plant height was super helpful because I don't want to put something that stays short. Like there's a Kelsey dwarf in here somewhere. Yeah, I don't have very many of them, but yeah, see right here, Kelsey dwarf only grows 12 inches tall. So that wouldn't hold up in our big patch very well. So this column here, column F, is whether or not they are going to be planted out in the cut flower garden. Column G indicates whether or not I should pot them up individually or put them in a flower bed where they can shine a little bit more. Last 2 columns here are the totals. So column H, total, is the total that I'm keeping for our own garden. And then of course, column I here is the giveaway total. So what I have left over in inventory. So if we go all the way down, you can see all the gaps. That's what we're gonna fill in today, hopefully. All the way down here, you can see I have saved so far 184 for our garden and 160 are good to go for giveaway. I'm gonna pack up all of the tubers we're gonna plant back into the root cellar until we're actually ready to plant them. And then whatever's left over on the floor here, I will know based on inventory numbers how to divide them up so that I can get them sent on their way either locally or shipped. And I can get maybe a good variety in each pile. Again, I don't really know how many I'm gonna end up with in the end. We're gonna see. So I'm gonna grab a kneeling pad and I will show you the first tray we go through a little bit closer, and then I'm just gonna hopefully be able to get through this pretty quickly. Oh, look at this. We have so many Sonic Bloom right there. But like this one here, Night Silence, not as many. Let's go through this one. So right off the bat, I can see some that are already sprouting. Like this one right here, look at all those sprouts. That's awesome. So that goes in the good pile. This one right here also has a good sprout. This one does not have a good sprout. This one's starting to rot. So I just want to inspect, like the neck on this one's not super nice. This one's broken. This one's like only halfway broken, but you know, it's not worth it. So I'm just gonna put that in the toss pile. This one's good, like that tuber isn't good, but that's got growth points on it. This one, bad, but we've got growth points on that. That's great. That looks good. That looks good. Good. See, I'm just popping any tubers off that have kind of like broken. Like this right here, unnecessary. You can take that off, but there's growth points there. Is this one like connected? Yeah, hang on. And there we go. This one's great. This one will probably grow, but I usually, like, I'm not gonna send anything like that out to anybody. I will risk planting this one. Got a growth point there. That one looks excellent. And that one looks good. So out of that crate, this is the toss pile. This is the, maybe we'll put it in a pre-sprout tray or pot it up right now to see if it starts to grow pile. And these all look really good. So I know based on how many varieties I have that I want to save back roughly 8 for our garden. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I have 2, 3 for the giveaway. So 8, 3, pot this one up, trash. It will vary wildly. Like with the Sonic Bloom crate right here, I imagine I'll have 40 plus to give away of that variety, but I planted a lot more of those. Night Silence, the one we just went through, that was a new variety to me last year, and I think I planted maybe 3 spots, 3 little clumps of tubers. So, you know, to have 8, 3, 4, so what is that, 12 tubers to deal with this year, that's pretty good. It's not as prolific as some varieties, and you'll find that some varieties will produce a ton and some won't produce as much. And then I do have a big miscellaneous tray. So we'll see what we're gonna do with that. Okay guys, so here we go. Done. Oh my word, was that a chore. Oh, I'm so glad we're at this point now. So these are the ones I pulled for our garden. So they will go back into the root cellar for the next couple of weeks until we have a chance to plant. This is the giveaway pile. I am so happy because some of these varieties did not hold as well as I thought they were going to. Like they were fine until, you know, I divided them. Maybe they did, maybe I didn't let them heal over enough. Maybe we didn't get enough moisture in the storage medium for the last month or two in the root cellar. I don't know, but either way, I ended up with several hundred to give away to friends. So I've got some people here locally I'm giving them to, like I said, and then some people I'm sending them to. And then right here is my tray of mystery tubers. They were all just marked miscellaneous. So we'll see. And I also updated the inventory. So these 2 right-hand columns, I think every single spot is filled in. Now some of these, like, okay, Colorado Classic right here, I'm keeping 8. We had 60 to give away. Scrolling down a little bit further, Sonic Bloom, I'm keeping 10, 117 to give away. Isn't that awesome? So as we go all the way to the bottom, you can see my totals came out perfect. So 403 is what I kept for our garden, which is the exact amount of space I have for them. 573 are the ones that are gonna go to new homes. I just love it. This inventory is gonna be so helpful from year to year, I think. So I think I'm done working here in the studio. I'm going to divvy these up later. I have a couple of friends who like really soft color palettes. I'm gonna be sending a bunch of these out to my parents' house as well. And my mom likes the same colors I do, like the cafe au lait kind of colors and peach and soft yellow and white. And then I have a few friends who like just a lot of color. So that'll be fun to kind of divide those all up, and now that I have numbers, that'll be really, really easy. I do want to show you though, our pre-sprouted dahlias in the greenhouse. I have a cafe au lait blooming right now. Okay, you can see the dahlia section right here. They're all looking really good, but look at that. Now the bloom isn't as big as it would be out in the garden. I think once I get them planted and they're, you know, really acclimated to their spot, the blooms will be bigger, but oh my word. It is so gorgeous. And then we've got this beauty right here. What's a variety? Kelsey Annie on this one. I think that's what they call a collarette style bloom. Isn't that beautiful? I'm super happy with the stem length on these two. You can see I did not pinch that one right there. There's a few that I did. I pinched this one right here and it's maybe gonna be a little bit bushier. We'll see. So much fun having blooms early. Ugh. And I'm not sure exactly how many we ended up with out here because I did some pre-sprouting like in trays in addition to the 30 originals that I potted out here. And then as we've gone along, I've just popped tubers that were just growing too quickly into pots just to see what would happen. So that's all of these right here. I just recently potted those. Kind of exciting. Also, while we're in here, look at the corn is tasseling and it's starting to form some ears. Look at that. And the beans, we've been eating beans and giving away beans for a while now. And I just noticed this morning, where is it? Where is it? Right here. Some snap peas. Oh, gotta eat it, gotta do it. Yeah, it's not looking too bad out here at all. It's really straightened out. So I think what we're gonna do, Aaron wanted to come out here and help me plant some North Pole Arborvitaes. They're actually replacement ones. The wall of arbs that we planted out in the south garden, we planted roughly 100, give or take, I can't remember the exact count. And we have just a handful, like 4 of them-ish, that have struggled, one of which I think is dead. I'm not sure. But we're gonna go over there, pop those out and put the new ones in, and I'll show you how they're looking. The wall up here that we planted earlier, looking amazing. Yeah, look at these. Aren't they amazing? When we planted them, they were even with the middle railing of this fence. Right here. They were this tall. We probably have pictures. Now look at them. They're like double in height, and they've really spread out as well. North Poles grow roughly 3 to 5 feet wide and 10 to 15 feet tall. And they've just been such a beautiful performer for us. They've gone through some really rough winters with really heavy snow, like weighing down branches. Aaron is really good about coming out here, knocking snow off of them, fertilizing them when they need it. I think he does it twice a season with Plant Tone. And they're just phenomenal plants, phenomenal evergreens. I just really couldn't be happier with how these have turned out for us. Of course, everything looks really good right now after all the rain we've been getting. All right, so I'm gonna go grab Aaron and we're gonna head over here to that other row of arbs. Do you know how many we need?
We can just load them. We should plant them all, I think.
Okay. Because we could plant one.
Yeah, even
over.
In the landscape. I think we should just get them all on the ground, regardless.
Okie dokie. Oh, we've got tulips starting to bloom out here. We did lose one North Pole, so we have one here. We lost one. Where was that, Aaron?
Right over here.
Right there. And then there's a third there. So if we have one left over, we'll probably replace that one. Yeah, there's a few struggling and a dead one, almost dead. I wonder if you'll be able to pop that right up out of the ground.
Oh yeah.
You think so? With your brute strength?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, we've got a problem. Oh my, did you guys see that? Look at that root ball.
Too much water.
Way too much water. Oh, is there like a break or something? Or
I wonder.
we don't have any pipes down here. Oh my goodness. How are the rest of these arbs doing it, or is it just this hole? Oh my goodness. What in the world?
I don't know.
So I wonder, should I just take my auger after that and try to and see if it's just hardpan in there or what?
Yeah. It's way too much water. I wonder how the other ones are doing.
I don't know.
I mean, the other ones are growing.
Maybe we need to turn that drip line off for a while.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna get the auger, Aaron, or should I use a shovel? There's no pipes under there, right?
No.
Okay,
No.
so I'm just gonna try the auger, see what happens,
Okay.
just for fun. Okay, so I did a little digging. I got below the pool of water, and it's just, we have hardpan right here, which is part of the problem, but it's honestly not that wet when you get right past it. Like, there's moisture in it clearly, but it's not sopping wet. And Aaron just discovered that our drip did run for about an hour.
It just ran and it wasn't supposed to. So I fixed it, but that was just a mistake.
Yeah, so it would have dried out. So we're just gonna go ahead and plant another one and hope that doesn't happen again. High five.
Oh, jeez, no. Okay, I kind of think that we should get rid of this one,
This one.
and then 2 spots over there.
The one we already pulled and the one right next to it.
Yeah.
Is it even worth me wiping my hands off at this
Probably
point? As we got into the project, we decided to just replace 3. This was one of the ones you were thinking about removing, right? But you know, it was really rooted in nicely, and I think we'll just give it another season and see what happens. So that's a new one right there. And then same goes for this one right here. That one was really well rooted, and while it looks kind of sad compared to the others, we'll give it another season. And then this one's new, and that one's new. They look good. That looks really good right there. I love it. And so far, the boxwood that we transplanted from behind the Hartley is doing really well. I'm happy about that. It's such a pretty plant. Also, I'm gonna walk closer to the bulbs over here. Here's the other north pole kind of in the end of that trio, but look at all the bulbs in here. So the daffodils, which are right about where I'm standing, they end right here. Their drift kind of started over on that end and went through this way. They just finished blooming. We have them all deadheaded. And then the tulips started in, which I think these are either Dordonia or Menton. I cannot remember. They're both fairly similar, but oh, so pretty with that apricot pink color kind of planted in drifts through this area. And there's also some daffodils still in bloom back this way. These are a type that throw like several blooms. There's 3 on the end of most of a lot of these stems. Aren't those pretty? We'll put the name of both of these types of bulbs on the screen because the names evade me at the moment. I can't remember, but I'm really happy with them. And the royalty crabapple that Aaron and I planted last year, it was like late summer, fall, when we put this in the ground, just starting to really bloom. Like the blooms are just starting to open on this side a little bit more. You can see how gorgeous they are. I'm just so happy with how this area is filling in. So I think that is going to be it for today's projects. The dahlias took a little bit longer than I had anticipated, but I'm glad it's done. That means we are one step closer to planting. I can get the other ones sent on their way to everybody else who's going to be planting them, which always is a fun thing. Oh my word, the sun's coming out. And it was nice to get those 4 arborvitaes planted. We do have the one left. It's sitting in the gator, which we might hang on to just to see how those last 2 in that hedge do over the course of the summer. If we happen to lose one, if it struggles, it would be nice to have one in the wings waiting that we could pop in its place, because North Poles are kind of hard to get your hands on this spring. Or we might find a spot for it. You know, plants are happier in the ground than they are in containers, so we'll see what happens with that. But I have some cleanup to do, put stuff away, got to water the greenhouse. But it's been a good day. And I hope that this video was interesting. I know, you know, dahlia tubers, it's kind of like how much do you want to see dahlia tubers? So I hope at least seeing how we organize our inventory and that sort of thing, I hope that was helpful and not too much with the dahlias. The next time you see them, they're going to be going in the ground. Yes. Finally. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a really great day, and we will see you in the next video.